Last week we threw a new challenge at East Coast Scratch and Dent's boss man Bram when we asked him to restore our old VW Beetle.
This is going to be one of my biggest jobs ever.
Work on the shower tray for our Ablutions chugged along, and our auto electrician, Sweet Damien, told us what we needed to buy in the electrical department.
You need everything.
This week our engine saga continues in a worryingly slow fashion. We chat to Andre regarding what lies ahead in the fiberglass department, and we begin some hardcore cosmetic surgery on Meraai. All this and so much more. It is so tragic. In episode 65 of A Dream Called Meraai. The hot, humid summer of the lower south coast of KwaZulu-Natal is raising temperatures along the coastline. Inside East Coast Scratch and Dent, the heat has also been turned up as the guys strive towards our 30th of May deadline to complete our crossover motorhome overland vehicle build. It is a new day, it is a new week, and dare I say it, we are going to have, I'm going to mention the C word, we're going to have challenges. I think they're going to come in the engine department, but we do have a bit of movement there. What has also happened is we did a hell of a big shop and all of our fiberglass stuff has arrived, and Smoke and John is busy making our ablutions look like ablutions. So let's start there. Let's take a look. The opening for the toilet's cassette access has been finalized, and it is time for the next stage of our ablution construction. Bram and Smoke and John have started to cut the PVC sheeting that will form the inner shell of our ablutions. It is a slow process. Move the jigsaw too quickly and the plastic welds shut behind the blade. It is back-breaking work. And old man Bram gave the jigsaw to Smoke and John, who had not taken note of the cutting speed, and it showed.
Well, it's back there again. You see?
Okay.
You're going too fast. That's why I say slowly.
To my untrained eye, what we just saw there shows you these lighties, they want to do things fast. That's why the girls leave them, eh? Once the panels were sorted, they were placed inside Meraai and the final measurements and tweaks were done. When the walls of the ablution are installed and sealed, the guys will then fit our under construction shower tray. All that remains is to find the right kind of shower door. Once again, the guys from the Facebook group for the Motorhome Club of South Africa have come to my aid. We need like a roller door kind of setup for the shower. And one of the members of the group has got a factory in Durban that makes office furniture, and he uses that product. So I will be going there and seeing if he can assist us. Social media is a powerful tool. The National Sea Rescue Institute of South Africa had a busy holiday season. If one visits their social media platforms, there is a lot of information that is critical when it comes to enjoying your holiday at the seaside. We've just come out of a really successful holiday season on the lower south coast of KwaZulu-Natal. However, we did have a few drownings, and it is so tragic. And most of these drownings are as a result of a rip current. Doesn't matter what type of or how strong a swimmer you are, you cannot swim against that current. It's just too strong. And that's what most people try and do. They panic and they try and swim against the current back to shore, get exhausted, and obviously the ocean is going to win. This diagram shows you what to do if you are caught in a rip. You know, you've got to keep your wits about you and just swim parallel to the shore. You will get out of the rip and you will be able to make yourself safely back to the beach. There were just too many incidents over the season where people did lose their lives to rip currents. The National Sea Rescue Institute has these things situated in various positions all around the coastline of South Africa, and it's a pink buoy. And if you do see somebody getting into trouble, all you need to do is to take that buoy and toss it into the current, and hopefully it will drift out to them and they can grab on it and keep afloat. It's an excellent initiative and it does save lives. I may need the NSRI medics to revive me if things don't start to fall in place regarding our engine. Things are moving very slowly in that department. When I was asked if I could drop some parts off at BG Engineering, the guy sorting the engine block out, I was on it in a flash. In the back of my vehicle, I have got a whole lot of bits and pieces from Merai's engine. The guys have the engine block and they've asked for the new pistons, they've asked for the old manifold, I don't know why. So I'm just going to go drop all this off and hopefully, we are reaching a point where we're going to have a working engine sometime soon. Hopefully. That hopefully gained momentum when I was able to get Anthony, the owner of BG Engineering, to explain exactly what the engine status was.
Okay, look, because you're putting new pistons into the block and that, your old piston heights, if you check at your height, if you put the pistons into the block, your pistons might be sticking out of the block. So what we're going to do is, we're going to be putting the crank inside, putting the bearings back into the block, and then what we'll do is we'll take the pistons and put them on and do the decking of the pistons. Make sure that your heights are all right. Otherwise what happens, if your heights are wrong, your valves will be smacking on the pistons on top.
Okay, and after that we should have a motor that can run, is that
Your
right?
motor will be running 100%, yeah.
In order to get that engine to run, we need a turbo manifold. Something that is turning out to be as elusive as an honest politician. I did get excited when these photos were sent to me by a local company. That excitement disappeared in a slick of engine oil when I read the last line of the accompanying message. A turbo manifold that has popped in the past is not an option. The remaining bits and pieces of Merai's engine were moved into Anthony's workshop, and our hunt for a turbo manifold for an OM or ADE 352 engine continues. Ever since I took Merai under my wing, she has been gunning on about wanting a nose job. It's like, oh, I don't like my nose, it goes like this, I want it to go like that. You know what I mean? And like, so I have finally buckled, and today we start giving Merai her nose job. I caught up with Chief Surgeon Dr. Brahm to see how this would play out.
So we're just going to shape your nose now and get that whole design ready. That we can do a mold and then build your nose from there. So we need to take this out.
Nurse Smoke and John begins the procedure by slicing through the old nose in a bid to get to the skeleton so the old nose can be peeled off. I know it sounds gross, but it is what it is. Nurse Smoke and John cuts and grinds and slices away, but Merai seems to have had a change of heart. She does not want to give her nose up that easily. However, the resilient surgical team does not waver, and finally the old nose is cut loose. It's interesting to see behind. Whoever worked on this vehicle before, they did a real hack job. You can see where all the old headlights and everything were. Bram was just showing me, and yeah, but the work is shocking. So I think this vehicle at some stage had a little collision on the front section, and they replaced and rebuilt the whole nose. Now Andre, East Coast Scratch and Dent's fiberglass guru, can start to design Merai's new nose. One only has to look at these before and after pics of this Mustang to get an idea of the quality of work that we can look forward to. Andre gave me a shopping list for the fiberglassing materials, which has been delivered. And we are ready to start this complex process.
Now I need to make patterns of what we want to manufacture.
Okay.
Hence all the superwood that you got.
Right.
Because we need to make patterns. I'm making a finished product. It looks exactly where it must be on the vehicle.
Okay.
And once we've done that, we pull a fiberglass mold off of that.
Okay.
And the mold we use to make your end product.
Okay.
I find this all fascinating. The construction of Merai's new nose and body seems to be more of an art form than a construction process. That's it for this week. Things very quiet on the engine front. A little bird has told me there might be some developments there, but I just know that our friend Anthony has still got the motor. We don't have it. We don't have a manifold. We got a gearbox that hasn't been opened. We still got to get to that. So yeah, the engine is still like bugging me a bit, eh? But apparently things are happening. Hopefully we can look at that next week, because this has been going on for a while now. So yeah, until then, look after yourselves and keep safe. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You will find us under A Dream Called MERAAI. Until next time, keep your dreams alive.